Santa Cruz has got a brand new Bronson out. £7,000 of brand new sublime carbon fibre Uber bike, and just about the most desirable bike I've ridden this year. It's got a brand new suspension design that now mimics the Nomad. It's got bigger, chunkier tyres, and it's got some geometry tweaks and a whole load of other things as well, which I'll get to in a minute when I get a few things out of the way. First up, you can buy a brand new car for the price of this bike. So yes, you could buy a Dacia Sandero for the same money, or you could buy a Hyundai i10, or you could buy maybe a Fiat Panda with a little bit of haggling. But none of them are going to be as good on tight single track as the Bronson. And the second thing I need to get out of the way is that yes, you can buy a bike from the likes of YT or Chain Reaction for half the money with the same kind of spec. But that's just the way it is. So let's get on with telling you about the new Bronson. So with that out of the way, I can start to tell you just how good the new Bronson is. We called the last incarnation of the bike the best trail bike we'd ever tested. So quite frankly, I was worried for the new one. Where do you go from best ever? The answer is you keep the best bits and you work on the rest. The Bronson still delivers 150mm of travel, but the fork has grown a centimetre this year to 160mm, making it bang on trend for modern trail bikes. Also on trend are some geometry changes. The bike's a little bit slacker, the seat tube is a smidge steeper, the reach is 15mm longer, the wheelbase has grown, the standover height has increased, and the head angle has slackened by half a degree. So far, so very good. There are a host of sumptuous details to the bike too, that mean it's no Picasso up close. Santa Cruz has kept the VPP suspension design it's best known for, but it's reworked the shock position. It's now the lower link that drives the shock, which is now tucked neatly into a tunnel in the seat tube. The inside of the shock tunnel is sleek and smooth, and the cable routing looks neater without any rubber bungs where it enters. The Bronson hasn't changed to 29-inch wheels, but it can now accept 2.8-inch tyres, something Santa Cruz is calling plump rather than what we call it, which is plus. The X01 bike I rode came with 2.5-inch tyres though. The move to a plus option explains the new flip chip too, which will drop the BB by 4mm and slacken up the head angle by 1/3 of a degree. It's a way of compensating for the extra height that big rubber brings, and it levels out the geometry again. The bike comes in a range of materials and specs, with this CC version sitting somewhere near the top of the price order of things. CC is Santa Cruz's top end carbon that shaves a few hundred grams off the weight and adds a few thousand to the price. There are 4 SRAM builds in the CC material, 3 of which come with the brand's own carbon wheels. There are Juliana women's bikes options too, but we'll save all the rest of the spec for the web story because by now you're probably just going to want to know how the bike rides. In short, there is so much to love about the new bike, it's hard to know where to start. The Bronson climbs like an absolute beast, and only part of that is down to the exceptionally low weight. The new suspension design holds you and the bike in the best pedalling position I've ever tried on a bike. Active enough to keep traction, but muscular enough to push you forward at every pedal stroke. Couple that with the not too low BB height that meant I barely bashed a pedal in 2 days riding, and you have something of a goat. Going downhill, the suspension manages to be both super sensitive on scrabbly chatter and also incredibly supportive when you lean it into a pocket berm and ask it to fire you out the other side. Plenty of bikes out there are said to be ride-all-day machines, but the Bronson truly delivers on this. I kept coming back to just how comfortable a ride it is, how forgiving of mistakes, and how rewarding of my efforts. The new Bronson is a dazzling bike, and one I've fast fallen in love with.